What's up, boys? Welcome to another tier list. And today we're going to be looking at Star Wars sequel trilogy characters on how fucking utter terribly they are written. Or just how bad they are, how people don't like them. Because 90% of them are batshit dumb. I don't like most of them. And this is only the main Disney trilogy movies, and we're not going to be looking at Rogue One, and the Han Solo movie or whatever, or the Mandalorian, which is actually pretty good. Nope, just the real shitty ones. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and start off here with the main droid of the sequel trilogy, which honestly doesn't even do shit. BB-8. It's got an alright design. I'll give it that. BB-8, little ball, even though most of the physics don't make any sense. Especially when it's like running around the desert. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even do stuff. It did one cool scene where it had like a lighter as a thumb, giving a thumbs up. Yeah, cool. Cute. We'll give it just not good. Not a great, alright, tolerable. It's a tolerable character. Alright, next we got C-3PO. Red Arm C-3PO. That's the only difference. He was a little... okay. In the last one, the fucking, Episode 9, he had more screen time. He was the only character in that whole group of fucking scoundrels, like Rey and them, that was, like, tolerable. And just because of that one movie, we'll put him in tolerable. A little bit more than BB-8, because he was funny. He was the funniest character in that movie. Well, there was one other character, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, he was tolerable in that. Zory Bliss. Now, it's kind of disappointing because she looks cool. I'll give her that. She's got a cool helmet. Golden red, pretty banging. You only see her eyes, but she's pretty hot, I think. But, I mean, she only shows up, like her and that other chick that showed up on that fucking ocean planet. They're only there just to prove that Poe and Finn aren't gay. Like, they literally have nothing to do except she's a drug dealer. Cool. She's not good. Not good. Captain Phasma. Man, that's some cool fucking armor. But she didn't do shit. She got thrown in a dumpster where she fucking belongs, let me tell you. She is not great. She's pretty bad. She got thrown in a fucking dumpster. But I wouldn't say she's absolute garbage. She's terrible, though. She's terrible. I mean, she had one cool fight scene with Finn. I guess two, but she got her ass kicked both times. Yeah, she's pretty bad. She could have been a way better. Chewbacca, I mean, they had him in all the movies. He fake died at one point, and at that point I was sad, mostly disappointed that they threw him out that way. But nope, he didn't die. Mostly every character in that movie had a fake death in it, but nope, they didn't die. Yeah, Chewbacca is pretty much the same. I mean, they killed all of his friends. That's pretty sad. I really felt for him. He was tolerable too. Just because there's that one scene where he finds out Leia's dead, he's just like, oh, come on, you're leaving me here alone with C-3PO and R2-D2. I mean, they're cool, man, but they ain't my boys. Maybe R2-D2. And then D-O. Oh, D-O. He's just a plot device. He can't talk. He makes beeps. I mean, I guess R2-D2 does, but at least R2-D2 has a personality. Alright. D-O don't got nothing. He just comes in. He apparently has the one fucking thing that everyone needs to know. And they go to fucking Palpatine or whatever. He's garbage. I mean, that's it. He ain't nothing. He didn't do shit except be a fucking plot device to get to one area that they needed to go to. This guy, I don't even know his fucking name. He was a code breaker, I think. Or he wasn't even the code breaker they were looking for. He was the one that they just so happened to find when they went to jail, and he can just happen to break codes. And then they team up with him just for him to betray him out of nowhere. I mean, he didn't have any character development. He doesn't even come back for the third movie. He's terrible. The actor made a decent Benicio del Toro or something like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, terrible. Finn. Now, Finn, he was good in the first one, but it's just disappointing what they did with him. I mean, he was a stormtrooper that went rogue, and they didn't do anything with that. He honestly just started killing stormtroopers, even though it seemed like he was sympathetic with them, but nope, nothing. And at the end, it's like, he's force sensitive, but you don't know. It's like, why even bring that up if you're not gonna, like, go in it? Yeah, he's not good. A little bit better than Zory Bliss, though. Alright, next we got General Hux. And, I mean, same thing with a lot of these bad guys and just characters or whatever. He was good in the first one, alright, but then they made him a little pussy boy in the fucking second one, and then an even bigger pussy boy in the third one. They just fucking killed him. He had nothing redeeming. In the first one, he was like, cool, okay, he's like a evil Nazi dude. He's a little intimidating. Then the fucking dude comes in, Snoke just fucking literally mops the floor with him. Not even an exaggeration or a metaphor. Just fucking on the ground. And, you know, just a little pussy bitch. So he's terrible. He's even worse than this guy. Ghost Yoda. Now, this guy actually decent. He is probably the best character, I shit you not, in this whole fucking trilogy. And he's only in it for like a scene. Just because they stayed true to his character, you know, how he was in the original movies. And like that whole scene was like the best scene in probably all of these fucking movies. Just him showing up, telling Luke how it is. Yeah, best scene, best character, best everything in the whole trilogy right here. In like fucking like a 3-minute scene, if that. So yeah, decent. If not even great. The Knights of Ren, though, garbage. They're cool. They look cool. I wish they expanded on it more. I mean, they didn't show up like at all until like the last movie, and they didn't do shit until the end, and they just got their asses kicked. I mean, they almost killed Chewbacca, but they didn't. And they got fucking wiped the whole fucking floor with them too by fucking Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren destroyed them. And he didn't even have a lightsaber until like the end of it. He had a gun, but it just kind of disappeared. Yeah, just dodging shit. Yeah, terrible. Han Solo, he was in the first one. He came back as like not even a Force ghost. He was just like a hallucination. Kylo Ren was tripping balls out of nowhere. I don't know if it was the atmosphere of that planet, but he was tripping balls, and he talked to his dead dad that had no Force abilities. Now, he was decent. I'll give him that. In the first movie, he was probably the best thing about it. He showed up. I don't know why he was still a smuggler. I mean, he was a war hero, right? He pretty much like saved the galaxy and just went back to smuggling. I don't know. Other than that, I mean, he stayed true to his character. I'll give him that. Even though the whole arc of the whole first trilogy had seemingly no effect on him. Yeah. Well, decent. I'll give him that. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Admiral Holdo. Absolute garbage. Worse than D-O. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you know why. She's just a total bitch. Literally just... Why? Why does she make everyone hate her? You know, she's the supposed leader of that whole battle or whatever that was, of the resistance, while Leia was like in a coma or whatever. But she like, I mean, she just made people not like her, and then she got pissed at them for betraying her. Yeah, garbage. I was glad when she died, even though that whole maneuver was bullshit. It was bullshit, man. I mean, that pissed me off more than anything. But we'll get into that some other time. That's a whole, I could go on a rant about that, but yeah, garbage. This chick, what's her name? I mean, just with the other chick with the helmet over here, she's pretty much just there to make Poe and Finn not look gay, and she's kind of didn't like prove it or anything, but she might be Lando's daughter. Which, what's the luck in that? You show up on this planet and you just so happen to find the other kin of the other character that you didn't have yet, and she helps you out. She's in the final battle, and then she's got a bow and arrow. Why do you have a? It's Star Wars. I get the Ewoks having bow and arrows. You know, they're like feral rat things in the woods. But every human should have a blaster. You know, popping dudes. No, she got a bow and arrow. Terrible. She didn't do anything unique. Put her there. I'll put her. She's better than that dude, I guess. But yeah, she's right after Captain Phasma on the terrible scale. Okay, then we get to Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is the only enjoyable thing that's in all three of these movies. Just because, you know, Adam Driver, he really sells it, you know, that some dude doesn't know if he should be good or bad. Yeah. His lightsaber is cool. He's the only one that has an actual arc. You can't see that for very many other people. He does change throughout the movie, so that's something. In the first movie, he was annoying. You know, he was just a dude with rage issues. And I guess same thing in the second movie. Third one, I don't know what he was about. Yeah, this is a hard one because he's fun to watch on screen, but how good of a character is he? Not great. He's decent. I'll give him that. He's the least decent out of all the decent. Lando, old Lando, he showed up in the third movie just cause out of nowhere. He shot a stormtrooper in the helmet with a crossbow. It's like, damn, bro, that's fucking metal. Where'd you even get I mean, why are people using arrows? I guess that's a good connection as to why this chick is his daughter, because they both use fucking arrows in a fucking universe that's full of laser guns and laser swords and anti-gravity chambers and shit. But nah, arrow, baby, going all the way. I mean, he's pretty much, you know, how he was when you left him off in episode 6. I guess. He's tolerable. I liked his scenes. Leia, they butchered Leia. I feel so sorry, because they're never going to get another chance of having her film with Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford. They missed her chance. I mean, she passed away, and then we're never going to see like an actual realistic Leia. And they killed her off in such a dumbass way. She literally spoke to Kylo, and that took so much effort that she just died. I mean, she's Luke's, you know, sister, Darth Vader's daughter, and Luke, I mean, that's a whole nother fucking rabbit hole right there. But even he could force project across the universe and do shit until he died. She literally said like a word and then knocked out, dead. Not good. I'll give her not good. Luke. I love Luke Skywalker. I mean, I fucking loved him in the season finale of Mandalorian. Shit. I probably should put a spoiler alert for that. But, I mean, at this point, everyone should know. I mean, big news right there. But, like, he sucked so bad in the 8th movie. I mean, how does Luke Skywalker get like that? You know, he literally believed in Darth Vader, who was like seemingly the most evil dude in the galaxy. He was like, nah, that's my dad. He's got good in him. I never met him before, but he's got good in him. But then the second that like Kylo Ren, his nephew, has like a nightmare or something, he's like, nah, I'm cutting his head off. I'm bringing out my lightsaber. dead. Killing my nephew. I mean, why? And then he like goes off to live on an island for like a few years or something, drinking milk, green milk out of fat fucking ocean cow udders. He's garbage. I mean, he's even worse than D-O. Just cause like at least D-O, there wasn't a thing behind him. Like, you didn't know D-O before. He didn't have to come back and be like, oh, here's a character everyone liked. This is what he's been through. You know, expanding on his story. Luke was the main fucking character of the main trilogy, and they just destroyed him. They made him nothing like he was, and there's absolutely no reason for that. Garbage. And he showed up in the third one, or ninth one, I guess, as a Force ghost, and that was a okay scene, but it was like, what? Now you're gonna say you're not supposed to treat a lightsaber, you know, bad. It's Jedi's weapon, but like you literally threw yours, not just yours, but your father's too, just across the fucking cliff. Like, get that shit out of here. I don't want it. Trash. I could rant on this dude for hours, but I'm not going to. What's this chick's name? Fuck. Yellow Yoda chick. She showed up in the first one, saying some stuff. You thought she'd be like a Force user or something. She's not. She got Luke's saber somehow and doesn't say how she got it. She's underdeveloped as fuck, which could go as for like all these characters. But yeah, she just leaves things open and doesn't explain anything. She's not good. I'll put her there. Palpatine. I love Palpatine too. Ian McDiarmid pulls that shit off so good. And that's the thing. Like, they brought him back just because people knew they were going to like him. But I love the performance, but shit. Is he not a terrible character? Literally, he was you could pretty much say he's the main character of the original 6 movies. You know, everything is controlled by him. But then they just bring him back to just shit on him and make him look just pure evil. I mean, he is pure evil, but he was maniacal. He had schemes, man. He had some crazy schemes. He was in everyone's head. He knew everything that was going on. And he wasn't going to destroy the universe. He was just going to take it over. But then he comes up out of nowhere and just says, I'm going to start destroying everything. I got all these Death Star ships that can destroy planets. Yeah. It's my shit now. I'm destroying everything. Like, what? That's not what he would do. He wants power. You can't have power if you can't rule over everyone because they're dead. He was terrible. And it's a lot harsher for these characters that come back because they had, like, a profile before. You know what they're about. And just to bring them back just to shit on their whole character, you can't do that. That's fucked up. Yeah, Babu Frik, he's actually decent. He doesn't have that many lines, which makes him better. Put him there. Just because he's fun. He's fun to have on screen. He's like one of the only characters that's fun to have on screen, even though he doesn't do shit except try to kill C-3PO. But, I mean, not having that many lines really helps him out, let me tell you. Poe Dameron, this is a dude that suffers from having too many lines. In the first movie, I didn't even know that he was supposed to be part of the main cast. I thought he was just some dude. I really did. I didn't think that he was going to be built up to be like part of the main crew. But he was. And he keeps flip-flopping about what he's supposed to be. Like in the first movie, he was happy. He was like, cool dude, just make jokes. Second movie, he was a little more relatable because of the whole bullshit situation he was going through. But in the third movie, he's just like a dick. He's a dick to everybody. Why? Why are you a dick? You're supposed to be the cool, like, yeah, pick up lines. No, not so much. He's, I'll give him, he's a little bit more developed than Finn, I guess. Yeah, I liked him more than Leia, too. This dude, Admiral Pride, he was pretty tolerable, just because he was, You know, he stayed the same character he was supposed to be. You get what he was about. He was just a evil Nazi dude that didn't get turned into a pussy like this ginger guy right here. This guy, Admiral Hux. Yeah, he turned to a pussy. This guy didn't. He just kind of, honestly, I don't remember if even he died. He probably did, but he stayed true to his character, which is about as good as you can ask for with these guys. Same thing with R2-D2. I mean, he was tolerable. He didn't have that many lines or screen time at that. He didn't show up at all until like the end of the 7th one. I don't even think he was in the 8th one, and he might have showed up at one point in the 9th one. Literally, like, almost no screen time. Yeah. It almost made me throw up just thinking about what they did to some of these characters. Rey. Just tell me one character trait Rey has. One character trait. Did she go through a change, a character arc? She found out who her parents were, I guess. They were nobody, even though someone told her that she didn't have parents or something. And then now she's Palpatine's granddaughter out of nowhere. Like, who did he pipe? I want to know. Who did he pipe? Because if it happened, like, after he died, you know, that's the only way it could have happened, because she's like 20 or something years old. And it's been like 30 years since episode 6. So he had to pipe someone while he was really old and wrinkly. I don't know. She's garbage. I'll put her there. Not as bad as Luke. Not as bad as Admiral Holdo. But she's just a fucking plank. A board of wood. Just dirt. Nothing. There's no substance there. I mean, this chick she was terrible in the 8th one. Made some shitty ass decisions. She wasn't in the 9th one. She was in like a scene or two. Doing nothing. But because of that, they kind of helped her out. Because if she did some stuff, then you probably would have hated her more. So she's just going to be terrible. I'll put her there. Right between this chick that I don't know her name and this guy that I don't really know his name either. He's a code breaker. And then last but not least is Snoke. Now, he was interesting to see. You know, they kind of wasted him. They didn't tell you anything about him. You know, he had a lot of substance there, but they didn't do shit with him. They just killed him. Didn't explain anything about him. And it's just assumed that he's a clone. But how do you even clone a Force user? I thought you couldn't do that. If they could do that, they would have done that in the Clone Wars. So it's just continuity errors surrounds this dude. And Andy Serkis is a really good actor, really good performance guy. I mean, he was decent. I'll give him, the character was decent. It's just how they killed him and shit. He's tolerable. He's tolerable. I'll put him there. All right, now this is my pretty good list, I guess. Oh, these are garbage. Oh my god, everyone down here is garbage. These guys are a little bit less than garbage. They're terrible. Nothing more. Not good. Just characters that they could have been something, but they weren't nothing. Tolerable, just okay. And then actually decent characters. There's only 4 actually decent characters I liked seeing on screen. And that was Ghost Yoda, Babu Frik, which both of them only had like a couple minutes of screen time. Fucking Harrison Ford, Han Solo, he was good in the 7th one. Best character in the 7th one. And then Kylo Ren was the only character that had an arc that made somewhat sense. Yeah. So that's my list. That's my tier list right there. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys some other time. Peace out.